100-car bullet train endlessly bearing through an icy way. Oh, it's fucking Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer, alright.
Alright. Khan from Paladins, the Inquisition Brotherhood. Call me Kevin. Kevin's cult. That makes sense. Jack Baker, the mold. That's its sponsor.
The mold.
Yeah, the mold consortium. The mold went on. Kidnap from U-Zero, the Cult of Curiosity. Don't know who else. Metal Gear Solid, Skullface, XOF, which is his entire thing. That's his team, or his army. It's called XOF, so. Dear Lord, the Horned Cabal. Amber from Genshin Impact. Wise from Zenless Zone. Crota, the Son of Oryx. Angry Dump Truck Driver. Construction Union. Giant robot with dump truck shaped hole. I wonder. Capybara demon.
No.
Capara demon.
Capra.
Capra demon. Oh, that's the goat.
Yeah.
He's the goat. Goofy. Jackson Pollock. Abstract executionist. Paul Atreides from Dune. The House Atreides. You're Gavin. Patreon. That's just, it's just his fans.
It's Patreon?
Alexander. Right. Yeah, his fans. Let me mute, or let me lower the volume of this video game that I'm playing. Jar Jar Binks, Gungan Resistance, Maggie Simpson, the Springfield Moms for Bloodsports, Jinx, Zuon Riot League. Zon, Caustic, Hammond Robotics, that makes sense. Batman, Wayne Foundation, Frank Sinatra, Vegas Wives.
When did those guys get here?
I added them because it said 22 characters have been added, and I was like, oh, I must have forgotten 2.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Or that, or you did, and I just loaded up 2 characters that are funny.
Alright. I like them.
Maggie, you don't disagree with it, right?
Huh?
Okay.
With what?
Maggie toddles first, grabs a pistol, disappearing under a table. Amber and Rico lock eyes. Amber loses an arrow. Rico deflects it with her blade. Frank Sinatra belts That's Life mid-melee and punches Padlock into a fridge.
Yeah.
Caustic immediately gas bombs a pantry car. Wise and Jinx barely escape, coughing and laughing. Jack Baker gets a fish just because. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot. Jack Baker's like an entity.
He is?
He just walked. You heard the World War I one? He just walked at the fog, came out in a nice suit. He's like, alright, here's what's going to happen. And then he leaves.
And then he just leaves, yeah.
He's just a prophet.
Yep.
Khan forms a short-lived alliance with Batman and Paul. Skullface sets a trap and tripwires in the luggage department. Jar Jar stumbles through it unarmed. He takes a seat and starts humming. Okay. He walks, ignores it.
Yeah.
Goofy finds Alexander and they share stories around the heating vent. Kevin monologues to a dead rat he named Gerald. Makes sense, lore accurate. Dump truck driver can't fit his vehicle through most of the cars, but he manages to crush Carpet Demon.
Damn.
Echidna invites Amber and Jinx. Sorry, I just realized it's doing a really good job, so I'm gonna put down that this is a good response in order to try to promote this behavior.
Cool.
Echidna invites Amber and Jinx to a tea party in the dining car. Amber declines politely, but Jinx accepts and steals Echidna's teacups. Kevin wanders into the entertainment car, finds karaoke machine. Frank Sinatra joins him for a duet.
Yo. I love that.
Kevin, by accident, jokingly stabs at Frank Sinatra the microphone. It turns out it was real,
Okay.
and he
What do
bleeds
you
to
mean
death.
turns out it was real?
No, I'm trying to word it properly because it's weird. He jokingly stabs Frank Sinatra the microphone stand, but he stabs
Oh,
him.
the stand.
He genuinely stabs him,
Yeah.
and Frank Sinatra bleeds out, sinking my way.
Cool. Awesome.
Paul Atreides starts seeing visions in his reflection of the train windows. Batman watches from above. Goofy tries to calm down dumb truck driver and successfully befriends him. Jar Jar pushes Pollock off the observation deck by accident while tripping. Pollock goes out in a rainbow arc of paint. Caustic finally corners Skullface using sleeping gas, but Skullface wears a mask. They duet silently in the dark. Caustic's canisters rupture. The chemical blast cooks them both. So Skullface and Caustic both die.
Yeah.
Maggie shoots a dart into Weiss's leg from beneath the bed. He limps away, but doesn't retaliate. Crota fights a giant robot, screaming. It screams in binary, and Crota Crota fits the dump truck into its chest. There's a moment of divine mechanical union, then explosion. Crota and giant robot both blow up.
Yeah. And the dump truck?
Not the driver, just the
Just
dump
the
truck.
Okay.
It's just hallucinations. Actually, who's alive? Who do we have?
Do hallucinations.
Yeah. I mean, this one's pretty good. Batman, ever the detective, recognizes the anomalies and starts mapping the cars. No, the train splits. Okay. On the morning of day 3, another worldly announcement echoes through the speakers. Welcome tributes. You have entered the mirage phase. Beware illusions, trust nothing, and good luck. The train splits along 3 paths, the 3 parallel rails, creating 3 mirror image corridors overlapping mirage cars. Tributes
That's confusing.
can move between them if they dare. Okay, so it's different. It's not what I thought.
Yeah.
Batman, ever the detective, begins to map the cars. In the glass garden car, he finds a glowing flower that bites him. Jinx races into a candy car that turns into a meat grinder halfway through. Okay, they are hallucinations. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes
She
sense.
survives by laughing her way through and detonating the wall with stolen explosive. Kevin, falling behind, trips on a jelly bean and nearly dies, only to be saved by Jinx. How does
Jelly
Dear
bean.
Lord glides effortlessly through the all Mirage cars, seeming unaffected. He whispers to Paul Atreides, the spices inside the vending machines. What's up with vending machines? Paul breaks open a Coke dispenser. Inside folded message. You'll be betrayed by a friend. Amber and Ryuko fight in the Hall of Reflections, each visions of their past. They've been fighting each other for 2 days or 4 days straight.
Really? Oh,
Apparently,
let me see.
or 3 days straight. But Alexander, Amber sees a future where she dies helping a child. Ryuko uses the distraction to disarm her and pin her to the wall, but spares her life.
Yeah.
Alexander, the Iron Jar, charges into a tomb of echoes and yells, "I'm not afraid of mirages." He's met by 14 duplicates of himself, who challenge him to a wrestling match. He wins all 14 and then does push-ups.
Yo.
Who is this guy?
He's a big jar from Elden Ring.
Okay. So he beats them and does push-ups. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And this Static Theater, Jack Baker. We should have one. We should have an event where they have to fight each other. Where they fight themselves. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
This one actually would have been a good one as well.
Yeah, sure.
In the Static Theater, Jack Baker and Y score off in the illusions. Okay, they score off in a car that has the illusion of a 1950s sitcom set. Jack slashes Weiss's chest, thinking him a zombie. Well, he's correct. Weiss electrocutes the sprinkler system, frying Jack.
Damn.
Jack Baker electrocuted in the Mirage Theater. Goofy finds Batman hallucinating and muttering riddles. They sit together. Goofy doesn't speak, just offering him a water. Kevin follows Gene's advice, stabs a Mirage version of himself. It turns out to be a clone projection, but the stress causes a real nosebleed. In the dining car, now upside down thanks to the Mirage effects, Amber gets pinned underneath a floating table. Maggie Simpson silently slides over and shoots the support beam, freeing her. Jar Jar, giggling and bumbling, wanders into a room where every object becomes a gun-getting face. He laughs till one of them bites off his arm. He stumbles into Paul's camp begging for help.
Oh no.
Paul reads the note. You will be betrayed by a friend. Jar Jar croaks, Misa hurt bad. Paul replies, I believe you, and shoots him in the face.
Holy shit. Can't trust anyone after that.
In the engine car, Amber, Ryuko, and Alexander find a Mirage. A Mirage valve that promises escape if churned. Alexander yells, we churn it together! They do, nothing happens. Weiss, now fully recovered, begins recording Mirage patterns. He believes the event is code. He wants to hack the game. The Dear Lord is standing in the snow untouched and whispers, this is not your world to hack, and then disappears. I was thinking about Dear Lord from Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, by the way. And this does already seem accurate, because he floats between the cars, what he does.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I don't even remember Dear Lord.
He's pretty cool. Dump truck driver in a Mirage suit begins seeing Goofy as his dead wife. He stops the truck, lies beneath it, and then it rolls over him. Okay.
Alright.
He just kills himself. Kevin, fully cracked now, believes he's won already. Gives a victory speech to a toaster, and he disappears when the fog rolls in. Miracle of Sound sings into the Mirage echo chamber car. The chamber loops his lyrics, amplifying them until he can't tell where the echo he can't tell where the music begins and ends. The echo gets so loud it ruptures his eardrums and hemorrhages his brain.
Holy shit.
Ember receives a care package shaped like a Baron bunny. Inside arrows are fire arrows. Khan receives a rusted war horn stamped with the mark of a sponsor.
How psycho.
Yes. When he blows it, nothing happens. It doesn't summon allies, but it scares Jinx, who's 10 cars down.
See.
And causing her to shoot rockets blindly. One of her stray rockets hits Wise, who's climbing into an air vent. And when it hits him, it detonates his electronics, killing him.
Okay.
Batman receives a plain black box containing a grappling hook, a smoke pellet, and a folded piece of paper. It says, "Believe in Gotham." Maggie Simpson receives a rattle. It activates the energy shield for 10 seconds. Echidna receives a teacup that never empties.
Whoa.
Spit flavored tea.
Yummy.
Yuko gets a red scarf infused with flame. When she swings it, it creates a cutting heat wave.
A scarf?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, wait, that makes sense.
Paul Atreides receives nothing. with a letter that's unreadable.
Trust
He just
me.
gets a note that's. Alexander receives a tiny replica of himself.
Yo.
He challenges Khan in a duel. Khan accepts. They fight in the steelworks maintenance car. Alexander, fueled by glory and hot oil, body slams him in Khan into a gear track, causing him death.
Damn.
He died in a fair duel. That's a reference we say. That's a joke.
Yeah.
That's what it says specifically. Killed in a fair duel by Alexander.
A fair duel. Hell yeah.
Fair duel, fair duel. Fair duel. Dear Lord receives a gift. No one sees it except Goofy. He finds a note. The deer has left the train. And it's true. The next car is empty. Dear Lord presumed just to have left the games.
Okay.
It counts as a death, though.
Oh yeah.
That's what it says. Death. Dear Lord just left.
Vanished without a trace.
Jinx is spiraling. He got bored.
Yeah,
Jinx is
probably.
spiraling. Ryuko is tired. They talk for 10 minutes about dyed hair.
Shit.
Echidna, they just decide to sit together for the night and sleep. Echidna sets a teacup trap that catches Goofy, who's chasing a floating hat he dropped. It fell off the ground. He steps in a tripwire, gets tangled in wires, and Echidna approaches with a knife. She spares him. Paul finds Call Me Kevin in the Ledger car, holding a frying pan, ranting about alternate realities. Paul speaks calmly. Kevin's persuaded and hands him the frying pan. Paul walks away, and Kevin sits down in a chair and waits. Maggie, still unseen, sneaks into Jeek's camp, switching her ammo for rubber tips.
Frank.
Frank. Amber, walking between cars, is ambushed by Batman. He doesn't kill her. He just hits. He doesn't kill her. He says, "Oh, you're just a kid," and she shoots him in the shoulder
Oh.
as he walks away.
Yeah.
Kevin sleeps peacefully until the train makes a hard turn. He falls off his bunk, hits his head on a crowbar, and doesn't wake up.
Did he die from that?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I assume it might have Batman not win because he's a pacifist, technically.
We'll see.
A new hazard, smog cars. Train cars ahead are cloaked in toxic fog. Okay, the fog has arrived. It has
Great.
both things. I didn't even ask it to do this.
It always happens.
Train car roars in industrial wasteland. Immediately, the sky darkens. The next 25 cars are marked with a red skull. It announces a voice. Welcome to the smog zone. Batman, moving ahead of the pack, acquires a gas mask early on. He begins setting traps in the fog, wires, broken glass, and ultrasonic lures. Amber and Ryuko team up again for a moment. They are no longer fighting each other. In car 114, they find a feral dog mutated from the gas. Ryuko kills it with her flaming scarf, but it gets a leg bit, and Amber bandages her. Did I tell you I had a dream that that character from Genshin Impact was helping me a long time ago? I think I remember like a part of it now because it was just something really weird. I had a dream that like I think I got actually like stabbed in the leg, and she's like, "Here, I have bandages." I was like, "Thanks," and I just woke up after. And that was it. That was the entire dream, for the most part, from what I can remember.
Yeah. You are Ryuko.
True. I didn't get bit. I just got stabbed.
Yeah. Same difference.
Echidna simply wraps silk cloth around their face and walks to the gas. She passes Goofy, who's gagging and struggling to breathe. She gives him a silk cloth and just walks away.
Okay.
Jinx, unaware her ammo was sabotaged, enters a fight with Alexander in the boiler car. She fires grenades, all duds. He charges through the gas with a clay courage. She manages to trap him under a collapsed pipe and drops a flare down his pot-shaped body, though. He lights up like a forge. Alexander got burned to death from the inside out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Maggie Simpson finds a childlike hazmat suit in a medical locker. She wears it. Paul Atreides hallucinates in the gas. He sees his father warning him that he's becoming a tyrant. He ignores the vision and finds Batman's tripwire, which he disarms. Blinded and hunted, the glass thickens. Vision drops 2 inches. Ryuko's leg wounded, festering in the corner. And is cornered by Echidna, who kneels beside her.
Mm-hmm.
Echidna tells her she will die. Ryuko's response is, "Go to hell."
Go to Hoth.
Go to hell. Echidna kisses her on the forehead and stabs her in the neck.
I see.
Jinx is still disoriented by duds and guilt, hears music in the fog, blah blah blah. She falls in. She finds Maggie sitting staring up at each other. Jinx raises her gun, but then laughs and walks away. Amber finds Paul and Echidna arguing over a dropped gas mask. She intervenes with an arrow. Shoots Echidna in the shoulder. That's a really weird way of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
She shoots, it just says shoots Echidna in the shoulder. Paul grabs the mask, nods once, and then vanishes into the vents.
Alright.
Echidna laughs, clutching her wound, and walks away. Batman finds Goofy passed out again, this time from heat stroke. He checks for a pulse, he's alive, but then walks away, leaving water next to him. Clearing smoke, the train exits the smog zone. The ventilation clears the toxic cloud. The remaining tributes: Amber, Echidna, Paul, Goofy, Maggie, Jinx, Batman. Batman, already wounded from Amber's arrow, claims the clock tower he created. Claims the clock tower. What? Oh, I should specify. The train screeches to a final stop, spiraling back to collapsed train cars, broken skyscrapers, and flooded metro tunnels. Okay, they're no longer on the train.
Alright, got it.
Batman, already wounded from Amber's arrow, claims the clock tower. He creates a perch with full visibility and leaves traps at the entrance. Echidna, weak but patient, leaps into a subway archive full of files. He finds Paul Atreides' files and reads it. Empath. She heads to the tunnels. Maggie Simpson's cloaked in her hazmat suit finds a toy store card buried in rubber. She retrieves it. She finds a store card buried in rubber. She retrieves a slingshot, 3 marbles, and a nail gun. She writes an emoji on the handle. Okay.
Okay.
Amber, hardened by the trauma, stalks to the skyscraper rooftop. She finds Goofy's trail and hesitates. Why is no one killing him? Jinx finds a cracked train terminal. She plants bombs everywhere and begins painting the walls. Paint town blue. Goofy sneaks close and whispers, "It's real nice, little lady." Jinx turns and dodges his wrench attack. What the fuck? Why is it worded like this? It normally words it normally.
I don't know.
Jinx dodges and lunges at him. They both fall collapse. The excavator tumbling into a flooded platform. She rises first, but Goofy pulls a shard of glass and punches it into her side. But Jinx has a bomb attached to her. It blows it up. They both die.
Makes sense. That's more accurate.
Batman watches Maggie. She's walking in the open. He takes the shot. She sidesteps on purpose. She fires a nail to his foot. She fucking Ultra Instinct him. Holy shit. Echidna and Paul are in the tunnels. They duel words first, blades second. Paul stabs her, but she kisses his cheek before dying.
Okay.
The final 4: Amber, Maggie Simpson, Paul Atreides, Batman, opening parentheses. And that's it. This is Batman with an open it's an open parentheses right after Batman for some reason.
Okay. Interesting.
Amber finds Maggie again, but Maggie shoots past her, hitting a tripwire. Batman drops down behind her, bleeding. Okay, Maggie just shoots past Amber to hit Batman. Did you add something?
Huh?
Did you add something to Maggie or no?
No.
Okay, because she just Ultra Instinct Batman twice so far.
I see. Yeah. And she's
Yeah, she shoots past
crazy.
Amber when she tries to talk to her and it hits Batman. In the final confrontation, Amber versus Paul. In the shattered dome of the terminal, Amber and Paul face off. Paul's calm, too calm. Amber is shaking but focused. Paul, you don't belong in this world. Amber says that I'll build a new one. They fight Arrow versus Blade. She's faster. She lands a shot in the leg, then the side. He rushes her. Maggie shoots them both.
All right.
Maggie shoots them both with the nail gun. They both die.
Damn.
She wins.
That's crazy.